During high school, I was just kind of expected to memorize the material, and as long as you could produce that on an exam, that was kind of enough. With college, it's not really like that. You really have to understand the concept, and so suddenly it's not really about getting a good grade on the test so much as it is really understanding and being able to comprehend the material, which will lead to a good grade on the test.
Coming to UT, many students don't really know how to approach a class or how to think about it properly because in a high school setting, those skills like time management, prioritizing in your classes, that's not really stressed.
One of the biggest things from transitioning from high school to college is that I had to put a focus on thinking conceptually about things instead of thinking to memorize information. In college, you have to really understand the concepts and focus on the big picture, and then once you get that, then you can focus on the details.
Different people will learn in different ways, and it just kind of depends on the way that you learn best. Just memorizing equations isn't enough. You really have to understand why you're using the equations that you're using.
Having gone through the first year experience, I would just think that just because I took notes, they're in my notebook, and so the mere act of writing them in my notebook meant that they're in my head and I understood them. And when I got to my first exam, I had worked a lot of calculus problems, but just because I worked the problems, I didn't really understand the fundamental methods of how to actually solve the problem.
As a freshman, I was in a psychology class, and one thing that I learned quickly was that I don't do well with note cards or flashcards. And my personal study style was that I don't do well with memorizing information verbatim. Once I actually learned to take an idea and put it in my own terms and be able to know it that way, then I found that I was a lot more successful academically.
Thinking like a college student is definitely not something that you come into college already knowing the habits of this. It's pretty much something that you learn by doing. So you have to go to your professors, seek mentorship from other students that have successfully gone through that phase. It's just experimentation.
I would tell a freshman to really take the information seriously. If you dedicate yourself to the information that you're trying to learn, you'll find that you'll need to go to office hours and various other resources on campus that will help you understand the material. Orientation is the first time that you really get to experience what it's like to be a college student.
Orientation, it definitely gives them a perspective into what their life will be like for the next 4 years on the campus. As the university separates you into your different major group, you are allowed to see the types of the other students that you're going to be studying with for the next 4 years effectively.
It's really important to just always have a final goal of having a complete mastery of the information without any hesitations. That comes through utilizing the resources that UT offers, whether it be tutoring or mentorship or even just going to your professor's office hours. And if you're able to do that, then you'll feel the benefits with a high GPA.